Y'all, we have more people using the PPP loans, committing outright fraud. And it's not just your little Tom and Joe and Shaniqua over here. Y'all, there are people in positions of power who are doing this. Before we get into this, do not forget to leave a comment down below. Also, like and subscribe. And if you appreciate this, hit the thanks button down below as well. I know you may be like, okay, Alex, but people in positions of powers have been doing this constantly. Yes, but now we got attorneys that are doing it too. I was like, okay, what's going on? Democratic attorney caught committing fraud to buy Rolls-Royce, y'all. A whole host of stuff that this lady ended up buying. And then the story switches. And I'm like, wait, hold I was like, wait, hold up, girl. Are you telling me XYZ? Let's get into it. A Georgia attorney had been convicted of defrauding the federal government of more than $7 million in PPP funds, Paycheck Protection Program. Okay. Prosecutors said Shalitha Robertson, 62 years old, of Atlanta, Georgia, falsely inflated the number of employees and average monthly payroll for each of her 4 businesses on PPP loan applications in order to obtain the federal aid. So to me, it seemed as though these businesses were legit, but what she was saying about the businesses was not. She then used the funds to make extravagant purchases, including a Rolls-Royce, a motorcycle, and a 10-carat diamond ring for $148,000.
Wow.
You're an attorney. Are you really telling me you don't have money? You know, it's just greed. It's greed, and you think you could get away with it, okay? It says she also transferred funds to family members and a co-conspirator. Now, keep that in mind. She bought an expensive car. I'm not sure how much Rolls Royces are, but apparently those are top-notch cars in terms of money. A motorcycle and a 10-carat diamond cut ring. Okay. She also gave money to family members and a person who is considered to be a co-conspirator in the scheme. Okay. Keep that in mind, y'all. The federal jury found Robertson guilty of 1 count of conspiracy to commit wire fraud, 3 counts of wire fraud, and 1 count of money laundering. She faces a maximum of 20 years in prison for each count of conspiracy to commit wire fraud, and maximum of 10 years for money laundering. Now, I am curious about your regular Joe Schmo, who have committed wire fraud for the fake PPP loans. I am curious about them. Now, of course, she had $7 million. But in terms of other people who maybe they had $10,000, $20,000, $50,000 that they stole, how does that work? Because they're saying, oh, well, she could get a maximum of, 20 years in prison. But it's like, well, what would these people get? Is it a slap on the wrist? Is it 5 years? I mean, they didn't take as much, but they still did it. So that has always been kind of like iffy for me, because I don't know, you know about people who have done it, but it's like, okay, well, what was the actual, result of your crime? But let's continue. Prosecutors said Robertson schemed with Chandra Norton, her best friend. So she's scheming with her homegirl and personal attorney to receive as much in PPP loans as they could for their businesses. They said Robertson gave $400,000 of the funds she received to Norton, which is her best friend / personal attorney, and transferred $50,000 to her daughter, who has not been charged. And I'm curious, if you don't know about this money, do you still have to give it back? Even though you didn't know about it, I would assume you have to give it back. But now, Robertson, our main chick, blamed her company's fraudulent loan application on Norton. Yo. So you're conspiring. You bought a Rolls Royce, a motorcycle, 10-cut diamond carat ring. You also gave money to your friends and a co-conspirator, which is Norton. You were helping Norton, and she was helping you to get this money. Then now you're saying, man, this is all because of Norton. That girl can't be trusted. It's like, dang, the switch up, yo. Her lead attorney, Craig Gillen, said Norton was, quote unquote, financially desperate and in, quote unquote, evil genius,
now,
y'all.
You know you're wrong for that.
Who used Robertson's personal and business information to enrich yourself. So this was your scheme, who you then brought Norton in on because it was for your 4 businesses. And you're telling me that all the years prior, she has not done any phony baloney stuff, but now she's doing phony baloney stuff in your name. You're profiting from it, and so is she. But she's the problem. She's the only one that's, y'all. Federal prosecutor Ariel Glasser has said Robertson had threatened to kill Norton when she was arrested, and separately threatened another person who filed a police report. What? Gillen said those comments were made in frustration. Y'all, this is wild. Norton was indicted in August 2020 and pleaded guilty in November that year to a single count of conspiracy to commit wire fraud. As part of the plea deal, she agreed to cooperate with the federal government against Robertson. Because here's the thing. Let me just go ahead and finish. Norton was disbarred after her guilty plea and is due to be sentenced in January. So here's the thing. Robertson said, oh, girl, I got this scheme. We could make some money. Okay, girl, this PPP loan. She was like, oh, yes, let's do it. Okay, yeah, girl, I'm going to buy all this stuff. I bought all this stuff. Yes. And when the ish hits the fan, man, you see Norton, that girl, she told me to do all this. Can you believe that? She can't be trusted. She's an evil genius. Girl. Ooh. I mean, she told me to buy these motorcycles. She told me to buy all this stuff. I mean, I didn't know that I was going to get all this money, girl. Come on. So she threw her friend under the bus. Her friend has gotten disbarred. I mean, they both are going to get disbarred. And obviously, Robertson is going to get off worse than Norton. Why? Because, I mean, you benefited the most and this was your plan. But now you're going to go and say, I mean, I didn't have anything to do with this, y'all. Okay? Let me know what y'all think about said story down below. Hello. I hope you enjoyed the video. I would appreciate if you could leave a comment down below, and also do not forget to like and subscribe. I would also appreciate if you could support me at latricelimited.com. This is my own personal small business where I sell bath and body wellness items, such as I have bath bombs, I have soaps, candles, essential oil blends, sleep eye masks, and a whole bunch more. I'm actually going to show you 2 featured products. So this one is my candle. Okay, this is my vanilla wood wick candle. As you can see, there's wood in there, and it gives a nice crackling sound. It's like a bonfire, campfire, but in your house, yo. Smells so freaking good. This, my sweet roses, are my top scents for me personally. I also have soap. So this one right here is this nice cool water soap that I have. It's more of a masculine, sexy scent. So I would greatly appreciate if you could go and support me. And now I hope you have a good day.